There is always a bit of tension in the mornings before the big fell gather. The memory of all the stuff that's gone wrong here in the past. The hurdles, the scars, the big black holes that can suck sheep into their clutches for hours. All the physical snags that Shoddy knows instinctively from a lifetime spent in this area, and he expects us to know too. As if we already had his shepherd's map of the land hammered into us by our fathers, and their fathers before that, and their fathers before that. Instead, the reality is, I've just rocked up here fresh for a day's work as a contract shepherd, a sheep farming mercenary, out for another paid gig somewhere on the high fell. You get used to this on contract jobs. It can feel a little intimidating at first, but what the lads from these local farms might have over me in knowledge of this particular patch, I make up for in pure grit and determination. Not only that, but I gather across multiple fells throughout the year, right across Cumbria and into the lakes, from the end of June right through to November, so my experience is on par with theirs. They may well have seen every challenge this piece of fell can throw up, but believe me, my dog and I have also seen it all, just in different places. I'm only 28, but I already have my own farm and my own animals to care for when I'm not out on jobs like this. Sheep, pigs, goats, chickens, ducks and a horse, all waiting for me down in my own fields in Croglin. Even if you were from an ordinary farming background, it would have taken a steep learning curve to get into my position at such a young age, but I grew up in a working class terrace in the middle of urban Wirral and didn't even set foot on a commercial farm until I was 20. You would have struggled to chuck a ball across the yard in my first home, let alone keep sheep, yet here I am now, confident and secure in my job, my relationship and my dog, high up in these uncompromising hills. It has been one hell of a journey though. It's still the last week of summer, but today it may as well be November. It's going to be wet. The kind of wet that soaks you right through and should ordinarily cancel these big gatherings, but this one has already been postponed twice and everyone is getting itchy paws and wellies. Impatience isn't a reason to get worked up though. Really, we should have all stood down for one more day. The forecast is glorious tomorrow, but this morning I couldn't even see the fell at the back of my own farm. The hills in this part of Cumbria pull in rain clouds and nail them down all day. No matter how hard the wind blows, that rain will not be shifted from its tether. But it's not about how cold or wet you get, it's the lack of visibility that makes these days an absolute grind. Filthy low cloud bases are capable of hiding entire flocks of sheep from me and my dog. This is the sort of day that separates the men from the boys, the dogs from the shepherds, and the sheep from every single one of us. If you can avoid gathering on days like this, then you definitely should, but Shoddy can't do tomorrow. He said at the meet-up that we should just gather tomorrow without him. I won't be around forever, he joked. But we all know what the punchline of that one is. By all means crack on without me tomorrow if you want, but if you make a mistake and I'm not there, then it is all on every single one of your heads. So I'm annoyed about that, I'm annoyed about the weather, and to cap it all off, my lift has just cried off, so I'm having to walk the entire fell before I've even started work. Shoddy isn't the only one who can dish it out. If I get cross today, then they're all getting it. I pull my jacket up tight around my neck and I stomp off into the mist. Here, they just call me Red. It has been a battle to get to this point, but when I cross that line and join the gather, I am no longer a townie, a scouser or a woman. I am the Red Shepherdess, the hard-worn, badass contract shepherd and farmer with Fraser, the top dog that everyone respects, at my heel. No one in these hills today would dare ask me, so what's it like being a female shepherd? And yet that is the very question I have had to answer time and again through every single step of my career so far. We push into our section and spot the sheep scattered randomly across the entire hillside. It's like someone has thrown a handful of rice up into the wind and left it all where it fell. They are spread out everywhere. "Come by, Fraser," I command him firmly without needing to shout. He is desperate to go at them. I don't know what I'm going to do without him, but this year I know I have to face one of my hardest decisions ever. Fraser has been showing signs of slowing down. No one else around here could tell on sight, especially on days like this, but the depth of our relationship means I can feel it, and so can he. Leaping forward, Fraser sprints up the left side of the hill, outflanking all the sheep at some serious pace in a single move.